Hello, it's the Haunted Informer, and today I'm talking about Unit 70 Studios Christmas props and animations that can be used in Christmas haunts this season or any season in the future. And I'd like to thank all of my subscribers. I have 20 of them now, and I'd like to thank all of you for subscribing to me, and I'm going to keep on trying to give you good quality content about the haunt industry. So I'm going to start off with my Unit 70 Studios props, and then I'll go on the animation. So the first prop is the human Nutcracker, and he has a green hat here, and his epaulets are human hands. And he has a nice gray beard, and he has red pants with blood splatters, and you can see he is pretty gory right there. And that could easily be used in a Christmas haunt, and all of these props definitely would fit into a Christmas haunt, and I would highly recommend using any of them. Next up is the Frozen Kid line from Unit 70 Studios, and the first picture here is a frozen boy with his hands up, screaming in pain. And next up is another frozen boy, and he's looking out in the distance with his hands down, looking out into nowhere for the rest of his being. And you have to look at the nice detailing of the snow here and even the icicles growing off of them. And here's the frozen girl, and she has a nice long icicle on her hand. Here are the Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus props. And here's the Fat Santa, and this has been used for many distraction scares and Christmas haunts I've seen in videos, because you see this and it's such a different view of Santa that you see an obese version of him and then they get you with a good startle scare, or it's used for a comedy scene. And here is the Fat Mrs. Claus, and the same style of prop. And here is a deranged Santa where one of his eyes has gone blind and he's covered in blood because he's just murdered people with that bloody axe of his. Now this Santa prop can be animated, and when it is, he lunges forward at you with his axe and tries to chop you up. Now, next up is Mrs. Claus, and she has beaten someone to death with her roller, and then just made sure they were dead and nice and bloody, and she got the blood all over, killing the person, and then she decided to cut off their face, and she is holding it and showing you her kill. Here are the crazy elves, and this particular elf has a present for you of intestines and a human hand. And the next elf here has just killed someone with a hammer and has the blood trickling down his arm, and he is laughing and enjoying his kill. And here is a snowman, and this snowman here can be animated, and when it is animated, it lunges down at you and tries to grab you. And here's Jack Frost, and you can also get this as animated or a static prop, and animated it points at you. This is the static Krampus prop, and it is holding a child, and like Krampus, he comes and gets all the bad children that were not good for the year and puts them in his bag and takes them along. And this Krampus is 7 feet tall, if you want to know for reference. Now this is the very tall Krampus that's 11 feet tall, and his eyes are bright red and are glaring at you, and he will laugh maniacally while this child is writhing in pain and screaming for help, and it screams very loudly. Let you know it screams very loudly, and he moves his head side to side, laughing maniacally with his tongue moving quite a bit, moving his arm up and down with the child writhing in pain. And this was rather popular at the 2016 Transworld Haunt Show, and you can definitely find that on YouTube, and it's a good watch. That was the Haunted Informer. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, and I have other videos about Christmas haunts, and I'll have them around me here. And I am on social media. On social media, I am on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And on Instagram, my username is haunt_informer. Say it again, haunt_informer. On Twitter, my Twitter handle is @haunt_informer. Say it again, @haunt_informer. And on Facebook, I am the Haunt Informer. Say it again, the Haunt Informer. And as always, happy hauntings.